What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my kitchen. You ever just have those days where you wake up and you're like, you know what? This is gonna be a good day. That's me today, guys. We're on a roll lately and we're gonna keep this going, man. Is it the anabolic diet? Is it the black hat? Is it the amount of thumbs up we're getting? God only knows, but I'm cool with whatever it is. In today's video, man, we're getting a little fancy. I grew up in a really small town in Ohio. I mean really small. And the fanciest restaurant we had, if you wanted to just go high class for a day, you had to drive 30 minutes just to pull up at the Olive Garden.
Ah, the garden.
You had to start with the stuffed cheese ravioli, and then for the main course, you had to get that tour of Italy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A little bit of everything. And in that tour of Italy, the secret gem was the chicken parmesan. But the problem was, by the time you ate that whole plate of food, you'd walk out of that joint like a bear hit with a tranquilizer dart. But today, man, we're gonna change that. We are making anabolic chicken parmesan. Chicken that's breaded, fried, smothered in marinara with cheese melted right on top. Every bite bursting with flavor due to the secret blend of herbs and spices. If you feel like getting fancier, you're cooking dinner for you and the mistress. By God, this recipe won't steer you wrong. As always, man, this recipe, along with every other one of my anabolic recipes, is available in my cookbook. Link in description. You get this thing one time, you get every future recipe I add for free. The people that got it in the beginning, boy, has this not paid off? If you want to follow the anabolic diet, you want the freedom to eat what you want and make better choices, I'm telling you, this could be the first and best step you ever take. So if you guys are ready to get another epic video underway, then as always, man, I'm here to do it for you. Let's do it! Yeah! First thing we're gonna need, guys, is some chicken breast and a food scale. I'm literally considering getting my hand removed at the wrist and replacing it with the food scale. Unfortunately, my insurance just doesn't want to cover that surgery. So we need a 224-gram chicken breast. Cutting board sitting here on my food scale. Let's weigh this out and see where we're at. So this is 365 grams. We gotta trim her down. So I got a good bit of it trimmed. I set it back on my scale. 231 grams, or about 6 grams off. So I'm gonna just do a little snip. And perfect. So we got our 224-gram chicken breast. What I'm gonna do is take a knife and very carefully split it into 2 different breasts right down the middle. Trying to make them as close to even size as possible. I mean, it ain't gotta be perfect, but do your best. And boom. Hey, not too shabby. Now that we got our 224-gram chicken breast split into 2 practically even pieces, what we want to do next is take my 2 pieces of chicken, sit them inside a bag, seal up the bag, and then we're gonna pound them out until they're thinner. They're gonna cook quicker that way, taste better. You just gotta trust me. So just get your bludgeoning tool of choice and go in here and just hammer it out a little bit. Not too hard, you don't want to tear it, but you just want to flatten it out, make it thin, but like how you're gonna be after following the anabolic diet. And once you pound them out, they should be much thinner, but much bigger, just how we want it. So the chicken is basically done, it's just waiting on a breading. So we're gonna get a large mixing bowl, we're gonna bring our food scale back into the game, and we're about to make one of the best breadings you'll ever have. The first ingredient in our breading is 56 grams of panko breadcrumbs. If you don't got these, you can always use the good old cornflake method. Thank God for the timeless cornflake method. Next up, we need about 2 grams of an Italian seasoning. Now we just need 10 grams of Parmesan cheese, the grated kind. And finally, a couple grams of kosher salt and about a gram of black pepper. Now I'm just gonna go with my hands and mix everything up, kind of get it all incorporated together. And at this point, your breading should start smelling like the tour of Italy. Was never a big fan of the country, then I took the tour. Now I vacation there every summer. So with our breading done and our chicken done, now comes the fun part. Boys, it's time to start breading. Now in a separate mixing bowl, we're gonna add in either liquid egg whites, or I think the better option would be egg beaters, or these are the generic, they're called egg makers. So here's how this is gonna go down, guys. You're gonna take your chicken breast, pick it up, you're gonna dip it in your eggs, just give it a nice coating of these egg beaters. As you can see, I probably overdid it with the amount because look, you don't end up using like any of it. So it might add a gram or 2 of protein to your meal, but we're not worried about that because all we care about is being anabolic. And once she's got a good coating, we're just gonna transfer it over to our breading station and just sit it down in here, flip her around a bit, take some of this, sprinkle it on top. We basically wanna use all of this breading, guys. We accounted for it in the macros, so so by God, we better eat it. And then once she's breaded, you'll just sit her on a plate. Ooh, would you take a look at that, guys? She's gorgeous. Now, in order to get that deep fried light consistency with none of the fat, none of the calories, we gotta use an air fryer. So I got my air fryer rack here. I'm gonna hit it with some non-stick, and I'm gonna place my chicken breast right here on the top rack, right in the middle. And I'm gonna take my rack, sit it down in my air fryer, and then what we're gonna do is cook it at about 375 for between 7 to 8 minutes. I'm gonna go 8 because I like it a little more crispy. Let's go. And boom, after just 8 minutes, she started to cook and she looked a little crispy, bud. Just how we want it, but we're not done yet, man. We gotta add the secret ingredients. Using our food scale, we're gonna weigh out 125 grams of marinara sauce. I use Bria brand because it's the lowest calorie version I can find. That should be the goal every time, man. Make the better choice, get the lowest calorie version. You're not even gonna notice a difference. Pour this right in here. And then in a separate bowl, weigh out 56 grams of fat-free mozzarella, baby. My birth certificate reads Remington, fat-free mozzarella James. Don't you think I don't read those comments? And what we want to do, instead of doing traditional chicken parmesan where it's marinara then cheese, we're going to do the opposite. And the reason is because if you don't do it this way, this cheese ain't going to melt the best, bud. It's going to look like a bad attempt. So we're going to bury the cheese underneath the marinara just to help it melt. Then just take some of your marinara and get it right on top here. Try to cover your cheese up to the best of your ability, but if a little's poking out, it's all good. Once we're decorated, I'm just gonna toss it back in the air fryer. Close her, give her a spin. And the same temp as last time, baby, 375 degrees, but we only need about 3 minutes. We're gonna let all that stuff on top kind of melt down to the chicken. She gonna be good, she gonna be fancy, she gonna be anabolic. Yeah. Let's go! And boom, guys, both of our chicken parmesans are officially done. Look at that stack right there, man. You don't just get one chicken parm, you get two. So let's do a cut test here. I just wanna go ahead and take a little bit off right here. Ooh, hear that crunch? Gosh. And get a load of that, guys. Nice and crispy, deep fried texture with none of the calories, man. And look at that, perfect cook all the way through. Seriously, man, next time, skip the restaurant, make this at home. Your body's gonna thank you, your mouth's gonna thank you, your wallet's gonna thank you, and overall, man, you're making a better choice, I promise. Just don't feed it to your girlfriend, she just might wake up with a full beard. All right, guys, we've been staring at it long enough. I think it's time for me to pull up a chair, strap on the old feed bag, and let's give this thing a try together. You guys ready? Let's go. All right, guys, let's get down to business. I am starving. I am so hungry, it's not even funny, so we're gonna find out if this is good or not. Before I dig in, one question I get all the time is, Rem, do you ever eat your veggies? Honestly, very rarely. But what I do is take a scoop of Final Boss greens every single day. I'm covering those nutritional bases. I'm getting in my minimums, but you know what they say, a scoop a day keeps the doc away. Not gonna lie to you, the greens don't taste good. I mean, it's greens ground up into powder form. I mean, that's never gonna taste good. But if you want a quick, easy way to just get it done, get it out the way, FinalBossFormers.com, Amazon.com, code RGF10, free 2-day shipping. You guys know the drill, baby. You know the drill. All right, let me get down here and get a bite. I always hate messing up how pretty it gets, man. All right, let's just do that one right there, man. We got a little bit of everything. The cheese, the crust, the chicken. All right, guys, let's get her done. 3, 2, 1, let go. Wow. Oh my goodness. If I'm being completely honest, guys, the way it's crispy, it tastes like it's deep fried, but it's not. The herbs and spices, the marinara, the mozzarella, it just all comes together perfectly. And my goal with these recipes, guys, is to always make it taste as close to the original as possible. I'm trying to create the best healthy version of the foods you guys love. And this one, man, oh, if you like chicken parm, but you don't want to gain 10 pounds after eating it somewhere else, make this recipe. You're gonna be just fine. It's so crunchy. And the best part about this recipe is you don't even gotta air fry it. You could technically bake them, right? You can make a whole batch of them, meal prep these out. Man, I'm chicken parm, prep chicken parm. You show up to work with that, your coworker's gonna be like, ugh, you think you're fancy? And you're gonna go, I don't think I'm fancy, I know I'm fancy. That's how it's gonna go down verbatim. Oh my goodness. I am just utterly amazed by this. Best part is you don't even gotta use a fork. You can just pick her up and eat it like a submarine sandwich. No rules in this kitchen, guys. Now, if you're on a date, I suggest you just use the fork. Stick to the fork, bud. That's putting your best foot forward. But if it's just you at home with your dog, these are the only utensils you need, boy. Real talk, guys. You gotta make this one. You gotta tag me on Instagram. You gotta let me know what you think. So in this entire recipe, right, if you do it exactly how I did it, everything down to the T, you end up with 598 calories, only 6 grams of fat, 80 grams of protein, 56 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber. And the reason I wanted to make 2 separate chicken parms is because, like, for me, 600 calories is the perfect amount for a meal, but let's say for a lady, you might just want one of them, right? But you can make the whole recipe, you have the other one for later. I'm not a fan of recommended serving sizes because everybody's different. It's like saying that everybody needs 2,000 calories a day. That's simply not true. So I suggest if one of my recipes is more calories than you want, split the ingredients in half or make it only eat half, save the other half for later, right? Or if you're a big boy and you want a 1,200 calorie meal, double the ingredients, eat double. It's not that hard, guys. You just gotta think about it a little bit, you know? Use that noggin, that God-given brain. Don't be afraid to tap into it. And as always, man, if you have the RJF recipe book, link in description. This recipe's now in there, along with every other recipe I've ever done. You get it one time, you get every future update for free. So if you invest in this once, the potential is limitless. This could be the diet that changes your life, the one that finally works. And for me, honestly, this is the diet that has finally worked. Seriously, nothing's ever been this easy or sustainable because I'm not depriving myself. There's nothing I can't have. I just have to get in this kitchen, I gotta cook it, and it's really as easy as that. And if all this is confusing to you and you want someone to break you down a plan to tell you exactly what to eat, right? Tell you what to weigh out, tell you how many calories to have, tell you where your protein goal should be, check out my site, ranchjfitness.com. I'm a personal trainer. I'll make it so easy for you, man. All you gotta do is do it. You take the right actions, you get the right reactions, baby. That's it. Appreciate you guys, as always, for watching. Smash that thumbs up button, comment anything down below. I don't care what you put, bud. Put something because it's working, God. You see in the channel lately, it's working. And I thank each and every one of you down there in that comment section, rolling around in the mud for the success we're seeing around here lately, man. It's all you. Keep fighting that good fight. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and until next time, guys, I will see each and every one of you at the next video. See you guys. I just can't. I just can't even with that.